your boy Jimmy Buckets out here acting an ass down in Miami, trying, and we all know what it's about. It's about the money. You know what I'm saying? He want a new bag. You know what I'm saying? Pat Riley, like, nigga, you getting old, playing less games. So, Greg, one, should they trade him? And if so, where should he go?
Just like I said earlier, and like that boy that Memphis pimp said a few years ago, is a pig's pussy pork. Hell yeah, they should goddamn trade his ass. He done. He has shown you his colors in his hair and in his soul and his person.
Nice.
If he don't get his way, he is going to act the fool. And I'm not to say that Jimmy shouldn't want to be traded, but the way he's going about it, pouting, being disruptive, obviously, in press conferences with what his statements, they suspended him for conduct detrimental to the team. So I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty sure he has a history of, acting up in the locker room and practices. He was commended for going at Minnesota. We all took Jimmy's side on that, but he's starting to leave a trail of bodies. You know what I'm saying? Or wherever he goes. Yeah, we blame Tibbs for him leaving Chicago, right? Or whoever the coach. I think it was Tibbs at the time he left Chicago and some of the stuff that was going on in Chicago. I can see both sides of the equation, but I blame more Jimmy for being an asshole in this situation and just realizing that this is business. They're not going to pay you $50 million for you being at 35 years old, you not being a top echelon. Jim ain't never been a top 15, marginally top 15 type player.
Right.
In some aspects, maybe top 10, maybe in the top 15 to 10.
He got a lot of playoff runs. He got a lot of credit for playoff.
Marginally 15 to 10, in that 15 to 10 range.
Jimmy is, he's definitely top 15. Come on,
man. Not year after year, maybe a year here or a year there, but on a year-to-year basis, he ain't a top 15 player. Come on, man. What years was he top 15?
Ever since he went to Minnesota, in my opinion, Jimmy has been a top 15 player for Minnesota all the way up until now. Now this year would be the outlier because this year he appears to be underperforming on purpose.
Okay, so I'm just trying to get it in my mind. Joker, Luka, Shea, SGA, Giannis, and y'all say Brunson a superstar. Tatum. All right, I'm just trying. Jaylen Brown, Anthony Davis, LeBron,
Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah. Kevin
He's
Durant.
in there. Jimmy is a top 15 player and has been.
Jokic,
when he was in his first year in Minnesota, his first year in Minnesota, he took Minnesota to third in the East. We don't even have to talk about getting the Miami Heat to the finals twice.
I mean, I guess you can.
That's a top 15 player. That's top 15 player ability.
When you talk to Booker and Lillard, and do you put him in? Is he in that next group right there? I guess.
As I said, I'm talking about year over year.
Year after year after year, right?
Year after year after year, consecutively. Now, again, he's asking for a $50 million contract.
60 in some cases, they saying 2 years, 120. And like, what?
He ain't that type of player, Jerry.
He's not. Dude.
He's not that.
Hold on. We can't even talk money because the money for everybody is astronomical and asinine when you're talking about pairing it against the ability of most of the NBA players.
You're talking about he's asking for
Steph
Curry money.
I think he's due
for Steph Curry, LeBron James,
Kevin got a player option for 50.
Jokic money.
I think he's due $50-something million from Miami this coming year, which is why they are slowing their roll.
It's a player,
right?
But he wants to opt out, though. He wants to opt out and
Right.
get a
And
2-year deal.
that's what
Right,
I was
right.
speaking to, the business of. That's what I'm saying. The business of NBA basketball. You got your money. You got your bread. Now, you are 35 years old and you're not LeBron. You're not Jokic. You're not Greek.
But he
You're
is
not even
better.
Damon Lillard.
He's better than Bradley Beal, who has a ridiculous contract.
Just got
Bradley
sent to
Beal
the
ain't
bench.
30.
Who just got
Bradley
sent to
Beal
the
ain't
bench.
Bradley Beal ain't finna get another contract though. He's
Right.
not like that.
Not like that. He not.
Yeah,
Right.
he
He ain't winning
not
no
like
championship.
No, now that is true. That is true. But you couldn't win it with Butler either. So you in the same boat.
But that's what I'm saying. I'll
and
take
for
my
y'all
chance
saying
with
that,
KD and Devin Booker.
and for y'all saying that Jimmy Butler is a perennial top 15 player.
Oh no, I'm not
Perennial.
saying that. I don't think he is.
Okay, for Jerry and everybody
For
else out
me,
there
he's been
who
for
agree that
me.
Jimmy Butler is
I have him as a top 15 ever since he left Chicago and went to Minnesota. His ability to lift his team.
How many times have he made the All-Star game since then?
Well, you can't. But the times that he hadn't made the All-Star, he should have been an All-Star. You can't go.
We know
please,
that the
Greg,
top players are going to
please
be
do
on the
not
All-Star
go.
game, All-Star
Please
team.
do not
Stats or
go.
not.
Please do not go to the All-Star voting to say whether or not this man is a top
We ain't
15
talking about
player.
the All-Star voting
because the All-Star voting is a bunch of bullshit. That is the case.
Jared,
The
we ain't
times
talking
that
about
he
the
has
starters,
missed it, he
whether
probably should.
fans
He
get the vote
more
on
than
it.
likely
These
should
are
have
the
made it.
coaches. The coaches vote the reserves. The coaches vote the reserves.
Hey man,
So
hey,
outside of the top 5 on the East and the West,
and they still
rest of
get
it is the
and
coaches voting.
Greg, they still get it wrong. That man has I remember specifically one year he missed it because they were trying to say that he wasn't a guard.
Ain't no perennial top 15 player only getting 2 All-Star votes. That's not happening. He's been a top 15 player, but it's not perennial. It's not year after year after year after year. That's what I'm saying.
Man,
go ahead.
I don't give a damn about the All-Star votes and being an All-Star when we talking about Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler is a difference maker. He's been the best player on the Miami Heat since he's been there. He was the best player in Minnesota while he was there. If that ain't top 10, if that ain't top 15, getting your team. And the second time they did it from a very low seed. Beat my Celtics and everything. So, yeah, this dude has the ability to lift a team, and for him to get the Miami Heat to the NBA Finals twice since he's been there, top 15.